My name's Gary Melrose. I'm the dealer principal at Gilbert and Roach. Been here since 1975, but not in those roles. Yeah, it was called Gilbert and Roach. We're at 167 Parramatta Road, Homebush. I started as a first-year apprentice. My first boss was a fellow by the name of Tony Newton. He was my service manager. I progressed as a mechanic, workshop foreman, warranty, service advisor, all those roles within the service department. And eventually got a start in sales, and as a salesman, sales manager, and then, you know, under Bruce Sutton's leadership, I was eventually promoted to be general manager, and then, you know, dealer principal, and here I am today, you know, 48 years later, I'm still here. I was passionate about anything mechanical from a very young age. It was my passion to be a mechanic and to fix stuff, and I loved it. And by the way, I still do. It's a great trade. It's, you know, one of the ones that, you know, you don't have to be a Rhodes Scholar to be successful in this trade. You just need drive, ambition, and be practical in what you do. It's a great trade. Isuzu was around, but it wasn't a mainstream brand. It was very much on the peripherals. Probably 6 months into my apprenticeship, they started to come on board, and, like, with all honesty, we used to work on Bedfords, and if they did 5,000 miles without breaking an engine, you were blessed, right? And then this little thing come along, and they were Bedford by Isuzu. They were doing 300,000 miles and not breaking, and we're going, whoa, have a go at these things. You know, they were very, very reliable, and, you know, honestly, for what we did, very bulletproof. You know, and I think that, you know, the models were KS21s and SBR 450s. There were only basically 2 models, and our sales department, you know, chopped them and changed them and turned them into everything. You know, long wheelbase, short wheelbase, tippers, but, you know, they only come as two, like, basically a couple of different models. So. Oh, look, working on premium brands has no doubt got that emphasis, you know, and Isuzu being the premium brand truck in Australia, it attracts people, have no doubt about it. You know, there's an opportunity for people to, you know, be good sales guys, sell a lot of trucks, have great knowledge of the mechanical side of it, in spare parts, you know, the wide gambit of what we do. I think that's a great benefit for us. The engineering of the product was so much better than the English Bedfords. English Bedfords, to stop the oil coming, you know, out the sump gaskets, they put a bit of cork there and hoped. Whereas the Japanese had proper silicon gaskets. Rocker cover gaskets were O-rings, not, again, a piece of cork. You know, the liners, they were chrome-hard liners. In a Bedford, they were just a cast iron block that wore out, whereas the chrome-hard liners tended to have the durability to continue the motor for a long, long time. The engineering was spot on compared to what we were selling. Right? And, you know, I'm not trying to deride that Bedfords were a bad vehicle, because obviously they sold a lot of that truck, but the difference in the engineering capabilities was huge. I still believe Isuzu's got the best after-sales support. I hear, you know, stories from my other customers that, you know, they wouldn't support, you know. Isuzu have always maintained, we're going to support the customer, going to keep the customer on the road, fix it, and then we'll talk about it later, you know. Oh, look, it's a wonderful thing to be a part of. You know, Isuzu being #1 and been here now for 50 years is an amazing achievement. And it comes down to good product, good people, good systems, good dealers, and great clientele.